Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Vashan Brown. Gas prices will see their third week of marginal declines effective tomorrow. 25 cents will be shaved off a litre of 87 and 90 gasoline. Over the last 3 weeks, both categories have seen a 75-cent decline per litre. Diesel and ultra-low sulfur diesel will also see their first decline in about 6 weeks. 25 cents will also be subtracted from the cost of kerosene. Propane will, however, increase by 20 cents, while the cost of butane will gain 50 cents. Oil prices lost 2% as a rise in U.S. gasoline and distillate inventories and worries about slower economic growth around the world offset ongoing concerns about tight crude supplies. Brent futures for August delivery fell by $1.72 to settle at $116.26 a barrel. The August contract will expire on Thursday. Now, the more active September contract was down $1.35, closing at $112.45 per barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude for August fell $1.98 to settle at $108.78 a barrel. Listed company iCreate has announced plans to buy a 100% stake in video board advertising company Visual Vibe. iCreate says it has paid the requisite deposit with an expectation to complete the transaction within the coming months. Now, the creative company says it will be funding the acquisition through a pending rights issue. iCreate says the move will assist in expanding its reach within the creative and digital industries both in Jamaica and the Caribbean. Tropical Battery will be capitalizing on the rising electric vehicle market with the offering of used EV battery recycling services. While addressing a recent Mayberry Investors Forum, Managing Director of Tropical Battery, Alexander Melville, says the company has already forged partnerships with 3 automobile companies to offer the service. Toyota Jamaica is one of them.
So the banks are hesitant to kind of sign long-term things, and so that has kind of slowed us down a little bit on the financing side of it. But I think it's well received, and I think it's going well. Yeah.
Excellent. And again, I think there are lots of opportunities out there. And again, we can talk about that offline. There are definitely some special facilities you might want to access, including TVJ and so on. And we'd be happy to help you, show you guys how you can access that type of funding. But no one should have a good energy project and not be able to move it forward for lack of financing in this environment. I mean, again, with energy costs.
Tropical Battery is also looking into additional electric vehicle services to include the provision of charging infrastructure. Meanwhile, Tropical Battery says it is currently looking at avenues to raise capital, which could include a rights issue or additional public offer.
For, again, sustaining this 40% growth and these higher levels of inventory obviously is consuming more working capital.
Right.
And so we're going to need a little extra cash for that and these new opportunities. But we also have an acquisition target that we think we're close to closing on.
Good deal.
And that is going to require some funding.
The U.S. currency is being sold for an average $151.40. $117.43 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar and $183.06 for the pound, while it's costing an average $162.15 for the euro. The JC Index advanced by 1,325 points today, while the Junior Market Index gained 27 points. Among today's advances were iCreate, KLE Group, AMG Packaging and Paper Company, Siboney Group, Portland JSX. While among the decliners were 138 Student Living Jamaica Variable Preference Shares, G West Corporation, SSL Venture Capital Jamaica, Iron Rock Insurance, and Caribbean Cream. And that's the Business Day. I'm Vashan Brown. Have a good evening.